Okay, international obligations that Trump wants to get rid of. Number one, of course, the Paris Climate Change Agreement that committed more than 190 countries to reduce emissions of carbon dioxide. Trump is Trump doesn't believe that global warming is occurring, much less human-caused global warming. If he were an agnostic where that concerns, it would be different. But he's not. He's a non-believer. Remember, it's a Chinese plot to destroy American economy. 190 countries. Now, he can't withdraw from the agreement. What he can do is just ignore the terms of the agreement, which will make his friends in the pollution industry extremely happy. What can be done about the leader of a country who makes a decision that ultimately will kill everybody in the country? What? Anything? I guess not. Because a decision made today will not have the cataclysmic effects for maybe 80, 90 years. I mean, where everybody dies. The NAFTA, signed by U.S., Canada, and Mexico 20 years ago, out the door. That's one of those agreements that I would say, mend it, don't end it. Isn't that cute? Somebody else said that a lot of times, you know. That was used for what? Something, affirmative action, I guess. Mend it, don't end it. Fair trade is a good idea. Free trade that only benefits corporations is a horror. That's what we have. But there is a way to break down tariffs, to open up borders where it concerns trade that would benefit everybody. Now, we'll never have that because we're operating within a capitalist sphere, S-P-H-E-R-E, can't talk. We're operating within a capitalist sphere, and within that capitalist orbit, I can say orbit, within that capitalist orbit, we don't want fairness and equality and equity. We want control and profit, and we come out ahead. So I don't see how a fair trade agreement, it looks great on paper, but how a capitalist nation or three capitalist nations could ever agree to a fair trade agreement. Maybe there is a way. I don't claim to have any knowledge of economic issues. Certainly not on that level. But anyway, got to get rid of it. The TPP, out the door. Same thing. The Trans-Pacific Partnership, I think, was a political act, not an economic act. It was designed to further attempt, because it'll never happen, but attempt to isolate China in its own backyard. Are you fucking kidding me? You know, like I said, that was a political instrument, I don't think, not an economic one. So, and the terms of it really sucked. We all know that. What little bit we did know about it, the little dribs and drabs that came out, we knew what it was. It was just one more capitalist hammer driving one more goddamn nail into the rest of us. Okay, go on. Payments to the UN Climate Fund. Oh, give me a break. That's long gone. Now, in terms of federal agencies, Trump has said that the Education Department is, quote, massive and it can largely be eliminated, end quote. Department of Education. It just seems to me that a civilized nation that wants its people to be literate, more than just functionally literate. I mean literate. Able to not just read, write, and do math, basic math, but to appreciate concepts that could only come through education. You know, horizons expanded, maybe a little bit of understanding. You know, get the fuck away from this goddamn filthy religion, all of it, and maybe try to open people's minds up to philosophical concepts, which could be considered religion or not. Philosophical concepts, appreciations of science, physics, art, dance, music. That kind of education. Literate, a literate population. Education department in a rational society would have that as its goals, wouldn't it? Trump says it can be largely eliminated, and it will be. That's one thing that the right-wing Christian fuckwads have been going after since the moral majority. Keep your people stupid. You know, all the nice things that Pope whoever keeps dribbling out just gets washed away eventually because they are anti-education. Education, that's the thing. Education, pure science, pure this, pure that, just rips religion into little pieces of confetti and tosses it out the fucking back window, and it's gone. So the Christians are totally against education. Totally against it. Secular education. Oh, they're in favor of education, all right. Just like the Wahhabists are in favor of education. Only this would be Christian fundamentalist bullshit. Just like conservative, arch-conservative Jews, the men will sit around studying Torah all their fucking lives. For what? What? They don't even work. These Hasidic Jews, they get the food stamps and the welfare and so on and so forth because they have to study Torah. They have to study religion. And the Wahhabists, they have to study religion. To hell with science and astronomy and math and literature and dance and music and art and philosophy and yada, yada, yada. We got to study the Quran. And then the Christian fundamentalists. Same thing, same goddamn thing. They'll take that ridiculous Bible of theirs, half of which is a history, a bullshit history, but a history of people that they're not, there's none of their business what the Jews wanted to write down as their history. But the Christians speak of, oh, well, but Jesus came and, you know, blah, 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 blah. They don't like the education either. Mike Pence, this fundamentalist Christian, will make sure that if the Department of Education is not eliminated, it will be run by a mouth-breathing, knuckle-dragging Christian fundamentalist who will attempt to change the entire curriculum of every school in the United States, like Saudi Arabia, like the Hasidim. The EPA, Environmental Protection Agency, which is absolutely useless even at this point. But, yeah, you know, there was a chance that it could be revitalized. I think if President Sanders would have pumped life into the EPA and brought it to what it was designed to be. It is in its name, environmental protection. Trump had said during the campaign, quote, "We're going to get rid of it in almost every form," end quote. And his audience would all cheer. What the fuck is wrong with those people? Don't they like to take their kids to a beach or to the mountains? Don't they like to go see the Grand Canyon, even though it was caused by Noah's flood 6,000 years ago? Fucking morons. Don't they like to go out in the country and go for a hike? Well, or would they rather just run around the woods shooting at cardboard cutouts of liberals, with their AR-15s? Had a great time this weekend, goddamn. Environmental Protection Agency. That's 16 of them. The other 4, get rid of undocumented immigrants. Get rid of federal funding of so-called sanctuary cities. Those are places where local authorities have stopped cooperating with federal immigration agents. Oh, what a liberal idea that was, huh? Totally mocked by every right-wing piece of human waste that's been on radio or television for the past 30 years. Sanctuary cities? Ooh. They mock the hell out of it. That'll be gone. The Common Core learning standards for math and English. Now, I don't know what your feelings are about Common Core standards, learning standards for math and English, but I have no problem with it at all. The No Child Left Behind is bullshit. The race to the top, that was Bush. Race to the top, Obama, bullshit. Common Core, a certain national standard. This is what you should do at 7th grade. If X, Y, and Z are included in the expectation, and A, B, and C. Now, what are A, B, C, and X, Y, and Z? All sorts of things. We've talked about this a million times on this program. How can teachers teach children who come to school and they haven't had supper or breakfast? How can teachers teach children who come to school with one parent is strung out on meth? But the idea of Common Core learning standards for math and English makes great sense to me. It really does. Because if it's the same in all 50 states, then the religious fuckwads can't tamper with it and destroy it. But I know a lot of liberals thought Common Core was another right-wing plot. I don't know. To hell with it. And number 20 is his suggestion of a ban on Syrian refugees. There's a piece online, New York Times. It might have run in a print edition, too. This family that's, I think, is settled in Minneapolis or somewhere in Minnesota. Syrian refugee family. Husband, wife, 3 kids. And just how wonderful they feel. Trump wants to end that. So 20 things that, he's going to do on day one. All this day one shit.